Hey, I'm Ryan, and this is an engagement ring, a glass of scotch, two pieces of driftwood, and some duct tape. And in just a few minutes, you'll find out why they solved the puzzle to a successful online business. This story is a little weird, but when you watch this short presentation until the end, you'll discover how one ridiculously simple magic page allows you to borrow proven profitable businesses without creating any content or product or building complex websites. Plus, the key to finally being in control of your life with the ability to earn more and more. And the one thing I learned to avoid that was standing in the way of living a truly abundant life. If you've ever thought that you needed a big old business or a complex marketing strategy to live the life that you desire, then this weird story will surprise you. Just a bit of fair warning, I'm teaching some of my best tips in this video, and I do not know how long this video will be online. So watch this now while it's still free to watch. Now, you may think you've seen and heard it all, or maybe you already sense that this is different. Either way, I can guarantee you that you've never come across these unusual tips before, because what I'm sharing is exactly how I achieved real freedom and peace of mind in my life, and provided me with the financial ability to live life on my own terms. Plus, I'm going to give you some of my best secrets to make sure your success permanently sticks and stays a habit so you continually achieve every goal you shoot for, quickly, painlessly, and in an out-of-the-box kind of way that's actually fun to do. First, I need to tell you a story, and frankly, it's a story that I'm pretty embarrassed to share. You'll see why in just a moment, so please forgive me if I get choked up while telling it. In fact, there's one part I almost edited out of this presentation because it's still hard to tell. Yet it's a story you absolutely need to hear because it will reveal more about how you too can make it online than anything I know. Deal? Now, I didn't always enjoy the amazing freedom lifestyle I lead today. Traveling whenever I choose, speaking from stage, teaching countless people all over the world to live the life of their dreams, and certainly not showing up on affiliate promotion leaderboards and consulting with million-dollar companies like I do now. In fact, far, far from it. Just a few years ago, my business and my life had pretty much hit rock bottom. I'm going to share this story with you now, even though it's pretty personal and humiliating, because I think you need to know how far down the rabbit hole I went before discovering the system that lets me live the amazing life I live right now. You see, just a few years ago, I lost almost everything. I won't bore you with the details, but here's what happened. After some promising early success in my business, all at once I got royally slapped by Google, burned out of $20,000 by a web designer I'd hired, and at the same time almost lost my brother to a head-on collision with a drunk driver. At the same time, my income dropped, my free time dwindled, and my self-esteem started to sink near zero. I actually developed heart palpitations and an adrenal condition because my body was under so much stress. Now, I'm a glass is half full kind of guy, yet at this point in my life, not only was I not living the internet lifestyle, I was thinking that things couldn't get much worse. Although they were about to get worse, and I'll share that with you in a moment. And perhaps you can relate to this feeling of being painted in a corner and knowing that something needs to change too. So I already knew I was in a position where something had to give. Still, one more thing had to happen before I really got it. I remember the day when I decided enough was enough. It was late on a Tuesday, and I was at home with my fiance. At this point, I had been listening to the gurus who were peddling make money online junk, which meant that I was working harder and harder trying to pick up the broken pieces of my business and just watching it crumble around me faster and faster. And when I finally broke down and decided I had to confide in the girl I loved and fall back on that one last pillar of support I had, that's when it happened. Just like that, my worst fears came true as she said, "Something is wrong with you. I'm out of here." And she took the ring off her finger and she left. My whole world crumbled around me. I remember feeling like my body went limp and I collapsed on the floor and began sobbing uncontrollably. In just a matter of months, I'd gone from an energetic, happy, fun-loving, and about to get married to a lonely, depressed, stressed out, lost, and embarrassed young man. You might call it a full-on quarter-life crisis. I didn't feel like eating. Heck, I barely felt like getting out of bed. I was thin already, and now I looked like a walking skeleton. So I can guarantee you, when I tell you I hit rock bottom, my rock bottom was pretty freaking low. And while at my bottom, I asked myself a question. How much pain am I going to let myself go through before I finally decide to change? That question turned my life around, because I decided at that moment to make a change. I had nothing left to lose and decided right then to reclaim my life. No matter what it took, I committed right there to put my family and my life first and figure out how to have a business in a way that would give me all the freedom I wanted to live it on my own terms. From then on, my business would work for me. No more working myself to death, no more depending on other people, no more worries of losing it all. If I had a simple business that paid for my life without requiring me to be a slave, that would allow me to live a fulfilling and free life. And that would only bring me closer to the people in my life and have them cheering me on. So I joined mastermind groups, went to seminars, anything I could do to study up and close behind the curtains what real lifestyle millionaires were doing, including a blue-collar Arkansas country boy named Travis, who made a vow never to shave again the day he quit his job. I'll tell you more about him in a minute. The good news for you is this. Not only did I master their secret for making more money online in a year than some people see in a lifetime, but true to my pledge, I discovered a blueprint for having more and more freedom and free time while doing it. So instead of slaving away in order to have an online business, your business serves you so you can live life as you choose. And I'm going to share my discovery with you in just a moment, so keep watching. Now, again, I was a little hesitant to share a story that personal in public like this. However, I hope you can clearly see that despite my success today, I'm not some super stud natural entrepreneur. Just an average guy who happened to go through hell. And because of my experience through all of that pain, I was persistent and, heck, just plain lucky enough to stumble upon a system. A simple business model that finally allows folks like you and me to experience the excitement of improving our own lives and the lives of those we care about and our family's entire futures right before our eyes. Is there work involved? Of course. Hopefully you know by now that all those claims of push-button riches simply do not exist, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. But these simple business systems that I'm about to teach you can be set up one time and profit for a long time, giving you the freedom to live life however you want. In fact, the tips that I'm about to share with you are so powerful that they turn me into one of those people. You know, the person who seems to have it all, the person everyone just assumes has always been this happy and successful. Little do they know, right? And it's the same system that's allowed me to literally buy my life back and make this year both my most successful and most fun year ever. And just so you know, my mentor, Travis, who you'll meet in a moment, is twice my age and not a technical person, and he's the one who taught me this. Obviously, this new and radically different approach to an online business, where you get to actually enjoy your life at the same time, changed my entire life. And I'll cover all the specifics and details with you in just a few moments. First, you absolutely must be told the truth. You have to know about the real problem, the surprising real reason why you are struggling to make it. And most people have no idea it's not their fault. I know everybody says that, so let me explain. The real problem is the fact that you've been lied to, maybe even for years, and this misinformation keeps most people permanently stuck. One of these lies is that in order to succeed online, you've got to keep up to date with every new latest, greatest trick, trend, and tactic. You know how it goes. Today, Twitter's hot. Then it's Facebook. Then there's this new thing with Google. Now you should blog. No, wait, that's dead. Try this instead. On and on and on. And if you don't drop everything, the lie goes, you're destined to fail. I bet you've heard this lie or maybe even believed this at some point, yet this is not even close to the truth. If you are one of the countless people who fell victim to this misdirection,